Grace and peace, family. Welcome to the Vicky Show right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Welcome, 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 welcome to the podcast today. We are so pleased that you are with us today. We've got something interesting to talk about, family. Very briefly, we're going to nip this in the bud because we've been on a roll, but we're just going to continue to keep our foot. Lord have mercy. Can somebody, I know this is Fly Nubian Queen. I know we have our brothers that join in with us sometime, but I need somebody while I'm doing these, little housekeeping. Make sure you put some stilettos. Can somebody put some high heels in the chat for me? Can somebody please put a high heel in the chat? If you're a brother, find you a shoe, some flats, or some boots, if you would be so kind. We're going to make a point here in just a second. And while you're doing that, family, make sure as you come in, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. We ask that you do that in order to help to draw other folk into the podcast today. I see y'all putting the stilettos and the heels in the chat. That's so important because we're going to keep our foot. We're going to keep our stilettos. Y'all know I've been saying that for a long time now. We're going to keep our stilettos on our enemies' necks. Lord have mercy. Text the word Queens, would you, to 31996. Please text the word Queens to 31996. I'm so excited. I start my second VIP, exclusive, private VIP. This is an exclusive private VIP class that I'm doing. My second class tonight. I mentioned to you before that I'm going to be talking about some secrets of the spiritual warrior. But I want you to know that I'm really going to be focusing on trying to answer some of your questions. Shout out to you, Noah, for your gift in supporting Black media. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. So if you want to get more information about that tonight, which that's why I'm going to have to keep this podcast short, check us out at clubvicky.com. clubvicky.com. The link is already in the chat. You can start at a rock bottom price for $1. Thereafter is some really affordable price thereafter. We got a few more weeks going, about 6 more weeks to go. Clubvicky.com. Again, this is very exclusive VIP session that you don't want to miss. Vicky's Mastermind. Now, family, I don't know if you got a chance to see my post on Instagram. And I like to admonish folks to always check me out on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Would you? That's Vicky X Dillard on Instagram. Watch this. This is what I posted today. Can you see this? Can you see this? Welcome, Black family, to the Vicky Show. For those of you that don't know, we're here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, typically. So anyway, how many of you all, does that picture, does that face look familiar to you? Does that picture and does that face look familiar to you? Shout out to you, Candy. Good to see you, Queen. Love you back, beloved. She said, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. This picture, not that one. This picture is Kimora Lee Simmons. Somebody say Simmons. Somebody say Simmons. Somebody, please, would you say Simmons? Simmons is a name she got from a Black man. This partially Asian woman married a whole Black man. A whole Black man. By the name of Russell Simmons. How many of you all know who Russell Simmons is? Darlene X, you already own it. Russell Simmons' ex-wife. That's important. Why is that important? Because while I'm talking to you, I want you to understand as we're going through this, that this woman married a whole Black man and she received her comeuppance. She came up on. She was successful by this Black man. Keep that in mind as I begin to read to you this post that she put on Instagram a few days ago, and why Black folk are dragging her to no end, and rightfully so. I want you guys to understand, I always briefly make this point, but pretty soon I'm not going to be doing these extracurricular disclaimers and stuff. Pretty soon, it ain't just going to be about this chit chat trying to explain stuff to people. We just going to put it on out there. But because we understand how people try to manipulate what you're saying, or they take something that you say out of context, this is the reason why I'm even doing this right now. Thank you, Candy. She said, I absolutely love the way you deliver our Black news. Thank you, beloved. Listen. So I'm doing you a favor. For those of you that, like to say, well, why y'all always angry and mad and stuff? And, aren't y'all hating on other people and other cultures? If you don't go sit your funny looking self down. But just to shut that down, I want you guys to understand that the reason we're staying on this story is because they keep putting this out there. Look at this again. Mainstream white media and others that want to be honorary white people, Lord have mercy, they're keeping this out there. How many of you all know every time you see a roach, you gotta smash the roach? I'm from the South, so in the South we call them what? Fly swatters. Y'all know anything about a fly swatter? We used to use those fly swatters and stuff. Every time you see a roach, you don't just sit there and say, well, I just killed the roach yesterday. Somebody talk Black to me. Hit this gavel on that. Does that make sense to somebody? Did you all hear what I just said? Because you killed 2 and 3 and 4 and 20 roaches yesterday. When you see one today, what you gonna say? Well, I just killed some yesterday. No. Every time you see a roach, you gotta smash that thing. You don't know what disease these roaches and rodents are carrying. You got to kill that roach. A ratchet rat come up on something. You can't rest on your laurels of killing a rat or a rodent yesterday. Somebody talk Black to me. You don't get to go around bragging about how you killed a rat yesterday when you seen one right there running across your toes today. You got to get rid of them things every which way you see them. And that's why we're doing this, because they're really mainstream media. There is what I'm trying to get you to see. There is an agenda. There is a concerted and intentional. Listen to the words I'm using. There's an intentional, concerted, deliberate force that's at work to try to pretend that there is some other non-white class that's really going through in the way Black folks go through. They're trying to act like Black folks are not the exceptional and special class that we are. Why would they do that? Well, number one, they do it to make themselves not look so bad. And make it look like everybody around the world, you know what I'm saying, is going through something. Everybody's been oppressed and disrespected like we have. No, baby. Somebody talk Black to me. They do it to absolve themselves of the 465 years of racism and white supremacy and oppression that they have leveled against us in a way they've never done to anybody else for as long as, somebody say for as long as. I need you to remember that, Black family, because you're going to be hearing folks out there talking about how everybody else has been through something. We don't deny that everybody else has been through something, but nobody has been through the most inhumane treatment like we have as long. Somebody say as long. And stop spelling the word long like L-O-N-G. You need to go to the dictionary. You got to go to the dictionary when you want to get certain things right. You got to start saying long, L-O-O-O-N-N-N-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G-G. We're emphasizing the point. I don't care what people group. I don't care who you talking about, what you thinking about. Nobody has that. And we're going to continue to make that point. We're going to continue to separate ourselves from anybody else. Why? Because that's related to our justice claim. Black family, what you got to understand in this season is we're responsible for speaking for ourselves. Why? Because your open enemy is not doing it. They're ignoring your history. They're altering your history. They're lying about your history. They're manipulating your history. They're trying to get in on your history. How many of you all know that affirmative action was supposed to be a boon and a benefit for us? How many of you all know that white women are one of the greatest benefactors of affirmative action? How many of you all know that other people groups, folks with the LGBTQ community, I see y'all spelling it right. I see your RBGC spelling it right. Tammy, Gregory, Tony, Miss B, Lynette, Jamie, y'all spelling it right. Y'all spelled Loone. Y'all spelling it right. That's from the dictionary. Everything we do, everything we say is intentional. And we're making the point. Watch this. Get on, Vicky. Because y'all know I got my mastermind tonight. Clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. I'm going to be answering lots and lots of questions in my private VIP exclusive session today. Clubvicky.com. Watch this. So your girl, Kimora Lee Simmons, who got her comeuppance. She received her comeuppance from a black man, a wealthy, well-known black man by the name of Russell Simmons. You would think that meant something. She bore his children. Watch this. I'm saying his children for a reason. Just hang out with me. Just hang out with me. Watch this. So she had the nerve to post this madness. Now, you all know I've done plenty of shows before talking about how folks are trying to hijack black reparations. How everybody's trying to make everybody else a priority over us so they don't have to pay us our just dues. So they don't have to pay us reparations. Y'all know that's what this is about. But that ain't going to happen. That's the order of the court. Watch this. She posted this on her Instagram page. And she shared this from another celebrity, Asian guy. Now, remember when I started this, I told you guys I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of disclaimers and stuff every single time. But for those who would try to manipulate my words in my show, I'm making it clear because you are saying B1, which means black first, because you are saying that because you're saying black folks ought to be a priority to themselves. First and foremost, the fact that you would say, make sure that you're good, black family, make sure that you're foundationally set, make sure that you're healthy, make sure you're secure, make sure that your legacy, that your family, and that the overall black society is in a good position. People feel like that when you're taking care of yourself, they automatically try to lie and say to us, y'all are being racist. Have y'all noticed that? Because they're used to us being a slave. See, we weren't brought here to be citizens. We were brought here to be slaves, brought here to be slaves. Slaves care about other people. Slaves concerned about the well-being and the welfare of their oppressor, not themselves. Slaves do something for nothing. Free-thinking black people, somebody say free-thinking. Free-thinking black people look out for themselves. They're concerned about their interest. And they don't give 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and negative 15 cents about what their oppressor's condition is, what we look like. That's a sign of a deranged and mentally ill individual that sits there and talking about love and kindness and prioritizing their oppression. That means something is wrong with you when you talk like that. Somebody talk black to me. Every time you open up your mouth and you start saying stuff like people of color, you start saying stuff like diversity, minority groups, when that's your initial go-to, something is wrong with you. Saying black first means it's a priority. It means we come first. It doesn't mean other people aren't important. And loving black folk don't automatically mean that we hate everybody else. I'm going to say it again. Loving yourself, black family, loving your people, loving black society does not automatically mean that you hate everybody else. Intelligent people understand that. It's a trick. It's a finesse when they tell you you're being racist, which is impossible for us to be or to do. When it's a finesse, it's a trick. When they tell you you're hating because you are looking out for yourself first. No, say that's a trick and you're not falling for it, and you're not fixing to spend the next 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 minutes, weeks, days, years, or hours trying to explain that to the people that's responsible for sodomizing and raping you and stealing from you and setting you on fire and traumatizing you and leveling all manner of evil against you. We're not about to sit there and try to assuage you and mollify your affected, wicked, devilish, and satanic emotions. We're not about to spend all our time doing it. That, again, is a sign of the mentally ill. And if some of you feel uncomfortable talking about Black first and being obsessed and committed to Black people and ensuring that we're built well, that's your inner slave crying out. And that's what I'm trying to kill, your inner slave. Shout out to you, Candy. Candy then gave 3 different donations. She said, just had to do it again. Preach, Queen. Did y'all hear what I just said? If you are even feeling uncomfortable, that's your inner slave. Let me cast that demon out. That's a demon. You do know that. That's not from God. You're uncomfortable because you've been conditioned and programmed to be uncomfortable. And I'm finna help cast that demon, that slave, out of you. Now listen to what homegirl Kimora Lee posted. Now, by the way, again, some of you may not recognize her because she's been irrelevant for a bunch of years. A Black man made her relevant. A Black man raised her standards so high that she ended up starting a very profitable fashion line that went global. She was really one of the early ones that had a, what's those shows called? Reality show. I think it's safe to say long before the Kardashians really took over that thing and Real Housewives and all that other madness that's out there. Watch this, watch this, watch this. She came up on the Black man. And see, brothers, this is what's wrong for those of you that enjoy swirling. Okay, that's your business. But those of you that like to prioritize and worship other people groups. See, this is the problem. That stuff comes back years later to bite us all in the butt because you done blew them up. P. Diddy. Ain't no telling what he was whispering to J-Lo in private about how she's more down than any sister we know. And that's the reason why J-Lo takes all of these liberties in disrespecting and offending Black people. Shout out to you, Reggie. That's right, what you just said. They're not experiencing 465 years of darkness we're currently dealing with 24/7. I love you back, beloved. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. Now listen to what she said. I just wanted to remind you guys of who she was before I went to talking. So again, if you don't recognize her, it's because she's been irrelevant for a long time. She's trying to come back on the scene. That's right. She also, that's baby fat. That's right. Y'all know about baby fat. So she actually reposted this from another famous Asian person. I want y'all to see this for yourself so you don't think I'm making up nothing. I don't want nobody to think that I'm taking anything she said out of context or that I'm reaching. Al Busby, she said, God bless you, sis. God bless you back, beloved. And bless your gift 1,000-fold. Listen to this. So Kimora puts this up on her Instagram post from another Asian guy by the name of Pro Ball. She said, what's spreading faster than coronavirus in the U.S.? That's a question. Racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. You see how people like to try to steal and supplant? Somebody say this is identity theft. Somebody say this is identity theft. How many of you all know that if somebody steals your identity, they're able, family, to get privileges? They may be able to buy a house, get a car, all in your name without having done any of the work, saved any of the money. Somebody talk Black to me. That's the reason why we got to bust folks that's trying to steal our identities. I'm going to say that again because I don't think that some of you might have missed the profundity, how profound this is and what's really going on. See, blind, deaf, and dumb black folks that don't get it, they'll just be like, girl, that's right. But not even knowing what's really going on. Did y'all see what I just said there? On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button and the notification bell. Make sure you hit notification to receive all notifications. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let me listen again. What's spreading faster than coronavirus in the U.S.? Racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. If you don't go sit your funny looking self down. So more than 465 years worth of racism, where black folks are still being murdered on camera, being murdered by racist white people. And some honorary Asians. Lord, somebody talk black to me. Shout out to you, God love freedom. Did y'all hear what I just said? You're trying to supplant our identity so that you can get, so you're trying to get you a mortgage in our name. Lord have mercy, somebody talk black. Isn't that what an identity thief does? You're trying to get a whole mortgage in our name. We finna shut that down, baby. You trying to get you a Lincoln Town car or a Benz or something. I like Lincoln Town cars. That's what you're trying to get. And we finna shut it down. Now watch this. If the shoe doesn't fit, then don't try to force the shoe on. This, as I said before, as I made clear before, is not an attack on every single Asian person. It is the fact that some of you all in the Asian community need to help check those that do this. It's not time for you to run out there talking about all of a sudden you believe in racism when this whole entire time y'all been telling black folks that was a figment of our imagination and we need to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, and that you guys came here and your parents came here and your grandparents came here and you experienced the American dream. But every single one of you, including white America, Asian American, Hispanic American, brown American, red American, green Americans, all Americans, any Americans, all of them and stuff. You guys are experiencing the American dream based on our American nightmare. Every single person, I don't care if you call yourself a citizen or an immigrant, it doesn't matter. Every single person that is in this country, you experience a benefit, a boon, an advantage because of us. Shout out to you, Rhonda. Shout out to you, Royal. Every single one of you that are blessing and supporting black media. Why do we have to keep emphasizing this? Because right now, that funny looking governor, let me get my facts straight. That funny looking governor, this just came across my thing. I ain't have time to go crazy on this, but I started reading. I said, Vicky, get up off of this, because you know how you have your mind on your stuff out of, preparing for this, that, and the third. Then I got so mad when I started reading about this knucklehead, Newsom, Governor Newsom, out in California. His funny looking self. According to this article, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Wednesday, that's today, plans to give cash payments to adult immigrants living illegally in the state to help them weather the coronavirus. Y'all did not hear me wrong. Let me read it again. Y'all play too much. Now, I done already prepared for this, had my links done, my references and stuff like that done, and I'm already tripping. Shout out to my other Nubian queen, Lioness Crown, in the digital building. Listen, thumbs up, family. Like and share. I'm gonna get to it quick today because, like I said, I got my exclusive VIP mastermind shortly after this. It's still not too late for some of you all to make your way there for a rock bottom price. Again, that's clubvicky.com. I'm going to be answering lots of questions, and I'm going to be dropping some jewels, some secret jewels there as well. But I'm really going to be there over the next few weeks. I want to make sure that I'm able to answer some of your questions and so forth. Listen. Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Wednesday plans to give cash payments to adult immigrants living illegally in the state to help them weather the coronavirus. The plan which would use a mix of taxpayer money and charitable donations from corporations and philanthropists, will give 150,000 adults $500 each during the coronavirus outbreak, the governor said. Baby, this is why we tripping. Because you all are sitting here reaching, giving all of that money, our black taxpayer dollars, for illegal immigrants. When foundational black Americans, those of us that y'all consider to be citizens of this country, those of us that's responsible for the building and the power and the wealth of this country, we have to pull teeth just to get you guys to even discuss and take reparations seriously. And you will not notice Gavin Newsom is not sitting here talking about studying $150 million, $125 million to give to some illegal immigrants. We ain't got nothing against other people groups around the world. But baby, what y'all look like? The illegal immigrants need to be saying this is wrong. The illegal immigrants need to say, well, what about the people that built the country? That's why I'm tripping. I'm trying to see where is the humanity, where is the justice and the righteousness of all these other different people groups who knows that it's not their blood that runs through the streets and throughout the foundation of this country. I'm trying to look at you guys to say, that's the reason why we get y'all looking a whole lot like our open enemy, because you don't seem to think nothing is wrong with that when they haven't given us one red cent. Nikki said, use that hammer again. Somebody black talk black to me. Don't you sit there and tell us that we got a problem with other people groups. No, we got a problem with the principle. We're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Don't you feel like you stealing? Oh my God, our whole issue with reparations is us telling the thief who stole our labor to give it back. The rest of you all are coming here having no problem at all, trying to be safe. And you stealing too. We trying to see why you feel cool. That's the reason why we trying to say, wait a minute now, y'all coming over here collaborating with our open enemies. Am I breaking it down good enough for you? The reason why we keep trying to say black first is because clearly Gavin Newsom, who is a liberal. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you, Democrats, y'all in trouble. This not going to galvanize us. This is not going to make us, this not going to set us on fire and mobilize us to vote for y'all's funny looking self. When you sit here talking about two of y'all talking about let's study it, and 100 of the rest of the million, the rest of y'all talking about we don't even believe you should get it. Shout out to you, Dual. Dual already got the link in the chat, so you know I'm not lying. I like when our moderators do that because they prove Vicky is not lying. Why do I have to keep screaming black first at the top of our lungs? Why do I have to keep screaming about what we've gone through that no other people group got and our demand for reparations? Because everybody else is getting tangibles. See, that's what you call tangibles. I got to do a for real breakdown. I'm finna get back to this girl in a minute. Shout out to you, Tahara Muhammad. She said, love your intelligence. Keep teaching us. We love you. I love you back. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. Listen. For those of you that haven't understood why in this political climate leading up to the presidential election, why we're using as a hashtag a lot of times, hashtag tangibles 2020, in case you all don't know what tangibles is, y'all send this link to Joe Biden's funny looking self. Send this link to Simone Sanders' funny looking self. Send this link to Elizabeth Warren that just came out and endorsed Biden. Send this link to Obama's funny looking self who just came out and endorsed Biden. Send this link to Morning Joe on MSNBC. Send this link to Joy Reid on MSNBC. Send this link to Roland Martin's funny looking self. Y'all want to sit there and tell black folks what our demands are. You talk to us like we're crazy, like we're stupid, like we're slow, like we don't know what's good for us, and like we don't know what we want or what we should be asking for. Hashtag tangibles 2020. In case some of you funny looking people that don't understand what tangibles is, read this headline. What does the headline say, class? What does the headline say, class? Y'all know if I was a judge in these wicked traditional courts, because this is a court. Y'all do know y'all in the court of Vicky right now. Somebody talk back to me. This is a real court. This is the most powerful kind. This is about influence. We shape the way you think. We shape your mind right over here, though. Shout out to you, Gates. To my gate said, you got me rolling, but this is so serious. Yes, it is. To my bang on. That's a new hashtag for us. Somebody put in the hashtag bang on. When we say bang on, I want y'all to make sure that you put your gavels when you say bang on, and when you're making a powerful, righteous black point. See, that's the qualifications for the hammer. That's the qualifications for the gavel. It's got to be a righteous, powerful black point. It's got to be a just black point. And then put hashtag bang on. That's thank you, beloved, for that inspiration. That's a part of the dictionary that I know you didn't mean for it to be. But I take inspiration from any and everywhere, officially or unofficially. We have the power here to make stuff official. But if I was a judge for real in one of these regular old raggedy wicked courts in the so-called American justice system, y'all, I would be coming out there with my black robe on, which we don't, black folks don't need black robes. You guys do understand the metaphysical symbolism of a judge coming out in a black robe. I need somebody black. I need you to tap into your first and third eye to get that. You guys do understand the symbolism of judges coming out with black robes on. So I didn't really need one. Feel me? Cloaked in black. I don't have time to work that right now. Let's just leave that right there for now. But if I came out even in the symbolism with the robe, and my court was filled with litigants, plaintiffs, defendants, press members, all that, I would be having them say amen. I would be having them say ashe. I would be having them say amen. I need somebody black to talk black to me. I would be having them up in there talking about some that's right. Somebody tell me some objection, Your Honor. I say overruled, and I'm going to look at some people and say, tell me some ashe family. Come on, somebody talk black to me. Somebody introducing some shady, fraudulent little piece of evidence. Your Honor, at this time, I would like to introduce Exhibit 8. The devil is a lie. Overruled. Talk black to me. Y'all better talk black to me. That's what I would be doing. Put your butt on Front Street and dare you to say that you got a problem with the way I conduct my court. The devil don't get to tell me what's right. Y'all better talk black to me. What's appropriate. But anyway, for those of you that don't understand what tangibles is, we use hashtag tangibles. Gavin Newsom, Democrats clearly know what tangibles is. They just choosing not to give it to us. Y'all see what tangibles is, rolling. Joy Reid, $125 million for illegal immigrants just for a little while. A few little group of people, a group of illegal aliens coming into this country, breaking federal law in California and getting the hookup. Somebody said, well, black folks, they getting a $1,200 check. We need more than that. All of that. We should be getting $1,200, our reparations, and all of that, $125 million. Y'all need to divide that up. See, what you got to understand, black family, and you need to keep this before your mind. See, this is the reason why. Let me tell you. Do y'all see how this is connected to this lie that Kimora Lee is around here telling on Instagram and other Asians? Because remember, I told you that she reposted that from another famous Asian, right? The problem with this narrative going around as if other people have been through what we've been through in this country, like this lie she just told, what's spreading faster than coronavirus in the U.S., racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. Sit your funny looking self down. You don't even get honorable mention today. The problem with that narrative is, see, that mindset has to precede a governor or a legislator or a president. Y'all talk black to me. Making a policy, passing a bill, and making it law to give you reparations. Do you understand how that works? You see why we got to nip that in the bud, kill that rat, kill that roach? Again, we're not resting on our laurels from yesterday and the number of roaches you killed yesterday. Don't say, Vicky, why you doing another show? Because it's still a problem today. They first put out a narrative that makes them feel entitled to something. All of that they're talking about is our money. Black family, other members of the New Black Media have been saying this as well. I want you to never forget this. When they're discussing how they're going to divvy up money to the tune of billions and billions of dollars every year to Israel, Israel has been in existence, I think now over 70 years, and America gives them billions of dollars every single year, in addition to billions of dollars worth of weapons every single year. America spends trillions and trillions of dollars helping Wall Street's funny looking self. In one way or another. That's no exaggeration, because a lot of times they skip Congress and they go directly to the Treasury. They receive what's called corporate welfare. Your airlines are receiving unbelievable bailouts, and they have no reason to be bailed out because they have been doing fabulously well. America goes to war, declared war and undeclared war. They spend trillions of dollars and they engage in wars and don't pay for them. They shed blood, American blood, and other whoever we happen to be attacking that day. We kill other innocent people as well. And on top of that, we run up the debt and nobody asks how we're going to pay for it. All of those dollars that I'm just referring to and everything else that I didn't, that's our money. When they're discussing how they're going to spend stuff, Black family, you got to understand in real time, that's my money. Them playing games with your money, holding up your money, deciding they only going to give you $1,200 of it, and deciding that the $2.2 trillion that was just released, they're going to give about $1 trillion to Wall Street's funny looking self. Don't you ever forget, that's our money. I think y'all forget that. They're how arrogant. They're sitting there discussing, fighting over, and divvying up money that doesn't even belong to them. When we're using the hashtags cut the check, hashtags tangible 2020, hashtag reparations, FBA Foundation of Black Americans, or DOAS Descendants of American Slaves. Or something related to a justice claim of reparations. That's because we know they can do it. America keeps proving in real time that she can do it. She just doesn't want to. And can I tell you something? If you want to talk to me as a spiritualist, can I tell you that this is exactly one of the major reasons why America and the world over is suffering plagues, and this is just the beginning of plagues. And yes, unfortunately, there are going to be a few Black casualties. And some of the Black casualties can be mitigated if we were unified. I don't have time to get into all that right now, but I'm just trying to let you know that, believe it or not, whether you understand it or not, a part of the destruction of America, the fall of America that is prophesied, that is foretold by the ancients, by our elders, by the sages, by the prophets, is that the fall of America will come because of her refusal to do right by us. And it's even foretold, it's even written that even creation, the very universe, specifically the earth itself, would even cry out. They call it climate change. They're talking about carbon monoxide. They're talking about making everything green, green, green. They're telling us all that. Yeah, all that's cute. But the underlying issue that is the impetus for the trouble we're seeing all over the world, even with creation, it's interrelated, directly or indirectly related to the mistreatment of Black folk. That's how important you are, Black family. And because America continues to be resistant to doing right by us in our face, there are consequences for that. Let me hit this up real quick because I got to get ready to go and prepare for my mastermind class. Family, don't forget to check out our store. By the way, we have a store at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. And I have on what I consider to be an adorable shirt that I received from our store. Y'all see that? It says, "Don't touch my hair." Y'all know I wear braids. Some of you funny looking people put in there, "Vicky got on a wig. Vicky get her hair from Asia." Sit your funny looking ignorant self down somewhere. And that's as kind and as sweet as I'm going to be about all that. It don't matter if I did have a wig on, but I got braids on. They're small braids, which is an African style food. Check out my link about the spirituality of hair, hashtag, and talking about hair weaves and how our ancients, how our mothers from thousands and thousands of years ago, and some of our fathers from thousands and thousands of years ago wore even extensions and their intricate hair and what all of that represents. Know what you're talking about before you just start running your mouth. Trying to be like the dominant side. You trying to be European. You so ignorant. And you work for them. Lord have mercy. Vicky, that's good. You work for them. Your ignorance is showing. And why do you care what some other woman that you probably never gonna meet, never be with, never really know for real in real time? Why do you even care? I'm not concerned and commenting on what kind of shoes you wear or your foreign cars that you have or the fact that you still work for the white man. Among other things that I know I could get into, but I'm just not finna misuse my intelligence like that because I'm not finna give you that much energy because it ain't even worth all that. Again, you only feel powerful in that day that you get to make that comment that you know you can never make to MSNBC or Fox News. Somebody talk black to me. ShopFNQ.com. I said all that because my shirt said, "Don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair." Somebody said, "Don't touch my hair." You all know how down in society white folks love to feel the need, like they have license to our bodies, including our hair. Y'all know that they got laws that they are passing to protect folks discriminating against us for wearing natural hairdos. Somebody talk black to me. Back to Kimora Lee. So she puts this out on Instagram. Stop. What's spreading faster than coronavirus in the U.S.? Racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. This is a reason why I have to keep attacking these kinds of stories. Because when they make other people priorities over black folk, they get tangibles before we do. You get it now? When we put everybody else before black people, shout out to you, Satari Self-Care Institute, for your gift. When we put other people groups ahead of us, they're the ones that get the tangibles. Tangibles is show me the money. The opposite of tangibles is eating chicken with us and coming to talk to us at our church and putting on the choir robe. Talking about vote for me. That's called the opposite of tangibles. Are y'all hearing me today? She also says under there, Pro Bowl coming through with the facts. We need to cut this S out. Your silence is deafening. Hate is an equal opportunity imposter that doesn't discriminate between race, gender, or color. Now, ain't this some mess? They got the nerve to put in bold, your silence is deafening. No, that's what black folks are saying to some of those of you who are Asian. We're telling you that your silence about our suffering is deafening. Black family, can you all name 2 prominent Asian people that have spoken out against our mistreatment for 465 years and advocating for us to get reparations and for America to cease and desist our mistreatment? I need y'all to talk black to me. You got the nerve to say on this. I don't want nobody thinking I'm misquoting nothing. You can read it for yourself. Y'all see that right there where it says your silence is deafening in bold under the description? No, that's what we're saying. We're saying that your silence has been deafening since you, your mama, your grandmama, and your great-grandmama been in this country to our oppression. And we're saying that you guys have a hell of a nerve to try to jump and in line. Dorian, I love you. Dilla, I love you back. Listen, shout out to you, Smiles and Laughter, for your gift. Now, I just want to remind y'all of a couple of 3 things, and I'm out of here. Listen, a couple of things. Look at Dual. Dual got the link for my show I did more than a year ago, talking about the spirituality of black hair, #hair weave, because I talk about hair weave too. Y'all make sure that you look at that link and make sure that you send it. Shout out to you, Tahara. She says, didn't say cut the stimulus cut the reparation. That's right. Again, people, the reparations is about what you owe. This relief money, the money that they're calling stimulus and stuff, nobody in America is owed that but us. Illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, you're not owed that. America is refusing to pay her bills. America is sitting up about paying all this other stuff out. America is out there buying luxury items when she ain't even paid for her mortgage that month. The mortgage is the black reparation. Lord have mercy. America is out here paying for luxury goods, which I'm all for luxury goods. I believe in luxury goods, but I do believe you need to have somewhere to sleep first. That's all. America hasn't paid her power bill, and she out here spending money on all this other kind of stuff. America has an eviction notice. America is about to be foreclosed on. I'm speaking prophetically, for real, for real. America is about to be foreclosed on while she's cutting the checks to all these other miscellaneous things. And it's not just black folk that ought to be saying something, but because black folks understand we don't have any friends, we better speak for ourselves because nobody else will. It's your job to speak for yourself. It's your job to speak up for your own well-being, black family. Shout out to you, Herbert, for your gift. May your gift be returned back to you 1,000-fold. Listen. Candy, you know who you are. Bless you. You know what you just did personally, and I want to thank you so much. I just saw a notification on my personal cash app. Thank you so much, Candy. Bless you 1,000-fold. Listen. I just want to remind y'all real quick before I'm out of here. We know that there's an agenda because there's a lot of what? There's a lot of overkill right now. Is that right, family? There's a lot of overkill right now. What do you mean overkill? How many of you all know that there were Congress people early on in the coronavirus situation? How many of y'all remember that? Early on in the coronavirus situation, you immediately, how many of y'all know that? Immediately, you had actual Congress people taking action, demanding that Asian businesses only, specifically rather, get business loans. Not loans, not just loans and stuff, but they get some kind of a relief. Somebody said that's tangibles. Immediately, mainstream media collectively started to tell people, started to talk about their concern that Asians might lose business. Shout out to you, Terry, your gift. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. Immediately. Some of you black bootlets with your funny looking self, you don't know how to just stand down and just go sit down and let people fight for themselves. How do black folk have all this time to fight for everybody else but us? The war against us is so vast. The salvo that is unleashed against us is so fierce. You don't have time to be out there like that, fighting all these other kinds of wars. What you look like? Putting on a Nicaraguan military uniform, fool. Stop like to me. What you look like trying to put on a Polish and a German fatigues? Fool, America got enough hell and gunfire and bloodshed that you should have no time to be trying to enlist in nobody else's war in no other country. You look like putting on somebody else's fatigues and outfits. Shout out to you, Arlene, for your very kind gift. She said, keep our Black nation strong. We look to you, Queen. Oh, thank you so much. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thank you so much. Listen, you all are what's keeping us strong. All of you that's giving your $2, your dollars, your $20, your $50, your $100 and everything else, that's what's keeping us going. We're the collective Black media. The Vicky Show is made up of me and you. Y'all better talk Black to me. Keep hitting that notification bell, family. Watch this. Watch this. It's overkill. Just at the hint that Asians' businesses would be affected. Say it with me. I want to give a solution. I believe in solutions. I want to give Kimora Lee a solution. Somebody talk Black to me. Let's give her a solution. Let's give her a solution, family. Watch this. What did she say? What did she post? She tried to act like what's spreading faster than coronavirus in the U.S.? That's the question. Racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. Let me tell you something. Here's the solution. We want to encourage you, Kimora. We want to encourage your buddy, Pray Ball, who you reposted that from, another well-known friend of yours. Watch this. We want to encourage you all. We want to give you some solutions. The Vicky Show believes in solutions. Get your pens. I'm getting ready to give you some actions, some real-time actions that you can take to address your issue. Kimora Lee believes. Kimora Lee, I want to get it right because that's why I keep going back to what she said. Kimora Lee says racist, what's spreading faster than the coronavirus is what? Racist assaults and ignorant attacks against Asians. I want to give you something that you can do about that. Get your pen. Somebody get your pens out. Is there an emoji with a pen, a handwriting or something, some paper, some books or something? Shout out to you, Miss B, for your gift, your gracious gift. Blessed 1,000-fold. Listen. The Vicky Show, we don't just run our mouths. We tell you about flynubianbusiness.com if you want to start your business. The things that I'm giving you is meant to give you insight, empowerment to inform your decisions to change your household, to change your neighborhood, to change your world. We're giving solutions every day, even in the wisdom that we give you, because the quality of the information, of the intel that you get will determine the output that you create. Oh, that's good. Somebody Black, talk Black to me. If you see the information as input, the quality of your input will determine your output. You are grown adults, so you should know when I'm talking, you take what I say and you work it. You use your discernment and you use your intelligence to manifest your own life. You assess whatever your particular gifts and skill sets are. We give you a whole lot of solutions. Sometimes we actually ask you to do things and so forth. Shout out to you, Silent D Productions. Love you much. I love you back, beloved. Bless you 1,000-fold. Listen. But here's the solutions for Sister Kimora Lee, who believes it's what's spreading faster than the coronavirus is assaults and racism against Asians. Let me help you today. Because we already, and then you got the nerve to put in there, the silence is deafening. No, baby, that's what we're telling you guys. I told you we don't have no Mr. Miyagi's. We don't have no Mr. Miyagi's and stuff. We don't have no friends like that. Watch this. This is what you can do, Kimora. Get your pens. Are y'all putting pens in the comment section? Get your pen. This is something that you can do in real time to address your issue. Kimora. 1-800-771-7755. Please put that phone number in the comment section. 1-800. People that are regulars for the Vicky Show, you know where I'm going with this. 1-800-771, not Juan. Like Juan Joe, but Juan. 1-800-771-7755. 7755. We would encourage you to register your complaint on that 1-800 number and ask to speak to Attorney General Letitia James. Somebody talk black to me. I need somebody black to talk black to me. That's what you can do, Kimora. In the meantime, go on and call that number. Go on and call that number, Kimora. Go on and call that number. Register your complaint right there. But when you register the complaint, it's going to be incomplete, Kimora, if you don't do this part. You got to tell them that Vicky from the Vicky Show from FlyNubianQueenTV.com sent you. Make sure you put that in there. And then I want you to send my regards to Sister Letitia. There you go. There you go. Register your complaint. Register your complaint at a whole hotline that was inspired for y'all. 1-800-771-771, like Juan Joe, 771-7755. I need somebody black to talk black to me. Let me finish this out. Because you all know I'm getting ready for my exclusive private VIP question and answer mastermind session. Is tonight. My second one is tonight. You don't want to miss it. It's unbelievable. Clubvicky.com. Clubvicky.com. We had an amazing time seeing so many of your beautiful faces there, answering your questions. I'm going to continue tonight and answering some of your questions. I'm just going to drop a few nuggets, but I'll make myself available to do Q&A. Listen. Just a few reminders. Wuhan, China, is where it's said that the outbreak started in the first place. COVID-19, the coronavirus. China, based on some reports that I've seen, may be experiencing right now a second outbreak. And China, and this is what I don't know if Kimora knows about this. Kimora, do you know about this? Kimora, I did a show about this. Kimora, I'm trying to teach you what should be priority for you. What's the order of importance? This particular article is from Quartz Africa. This is a whole different one. What does that say? China has failed to convince anyone videos of Africans being evicted is just a misunderstanding. See, Kimora, I think you got it twisted. You had your words mixed up. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you just had your wording wrong. You meant to say that what's spreading faster than the coronavirus is anti-Black racism by China. That's what you meant to say. It had to be that because all of the receipts point to that. I did a whole show on this the other day that China has spent the last few days trying to manage a damaging story about how local authorities in the city have been targeting Black African migrants for eviction and forced corona testing. The link will be in the chat. But that's not all. Let me see if I can pull this other one up. Let me pull this other one up. Watch this. How many of you all heard about this story? This isn't us. I'm reading from the BBC now. What does it say? China McDonald's apologizes to Guangzhou ban on Black people. Guangzhou, excuse me. I'm confusing this with the other Chinese place that I've done. Guangzhou. Watch this. What is this talking about? McDonald's in China, watch this, apologize after they barred Black people from entering. A video shared on social media showed us notice that read, "We've been informed that from now on, Black people are not allowed to enter the restaurant." That's real time. That was from a McDonald's in China. Y'all hear what I just said? That's the order of priority that you need to be concerned about, Kimora. Not even just white racism against blacks. We're talking about Asian racism against blacks. And we're giving you receipts in real time. Now, I can go in the past, like with Hawks Claw, the white and Asian police officer that was responsible for raping and sexually assaulting and targeting specifically black women. Somebody black talk black to me. I can take you back to another story of our dear sister Latasha Harlings, that 15-year-old from some years back that was killed over a bottle of orange juice. And a funny looking foreigner by the name of Soon Jadu. I call her Miss Doo Doo. Last name is spelled, her name is Soon, S-O-O-N, Ja, J-A, Do, D-U. Shot this beautiful black girl. And the black girl, she had the money in her hand, was headed to the register to pay this food. And she shot this black girl. Here's a picture of her, Latasha Harlings. Kimora, you ain't got no time to be spitting. How did you have the energy to even type that on Instagram with all of the hell that black folks are catching from other Chinese and other Asian folk? For you even say some stuff like that. Adaya talking about screaming. Somebody talk black to me. We ain't got time to play with you today. I gotta go. My final word is for those of you that would be coons and mammies and butter biscuits, meaning those of you that are so concerned about other people groups at the expense of your own people. Those of you that want to run out there and put your capes on and jump in front of the target of white supremacy and those that would oppress us. Those of you that want to defend them and you ain't even give them 5 minutes to defend themselves. I want to remind you to stand down. That's the order of the court. Stand down. Resist the inner slave. Resist the inner coon. Kill it. Kill that inner coon. I'm speaking metaphorically for those of you that don't get it. Stand down. Just hush. You see, other people groups are getting tangibles in real time. Money that belongs to us. That's a heck of a thief to be openly discussing what they're going to do for other people groups while they remain hostile to giving us what belongs to us. So Kimora Lee is being dragged hard and she deserves every bit of it. I got to get ready to go, family. Don't forget my exclusive private VIP, my exclusive private VIP. I'm doing the second class today. We got several more weeks coming up, mostly because the question and answer has been a big thing. I'm going to spend more of my time perhaps answering those particular questions, and they can be relating mostly basically to spirituality and where we are right now. But I'll drop a few jewels in between there, but I want you to know that I'm making myself available for a little bit to be able to do that for the next few weeks. You want to participate in that, clubvicky.com. Don't forget to check out our store so that you can get your beautiful shirt like the one that I have on that says "Don't Touch My Hair" at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Watch this. I thought this was fascinating. One of the people that was one of the persons, Twilight Sapphire, said to Kimora, she said, Asians don't speak up for blacks when they're being discriminated against, especially in Africa. It's wrong either way, but hopefully now they realize that their ignorance and racist attitudes towards blacks fit what it feels like. Somebody else says, it's now against Africans and blacks in China. Kimora Lee, somebody else says, what about the racist assaults faced by Africans and African Americans in China right now? Didn't hear you say anything about it. Somebody else named Shio Lady told Kimora's funny looking self, in China right now, they put hundreds of blacks out of their homes, hotels, and places of business, forcing them to take a COVID-19 test, even though they don't have any symptoms. They are sleeping in the streets. Some of them are businessmen and women who got stuck. They have their families in Africa. This is so disgusting. And this is what the people were saying when Kimora put that mess up there. Y'all talk black to me. Somebody else said, welcome to being black. Come sit. Well, they dragging her. And I want to say shout out to you, black family, because you all are waking up, you're being conscious, and you all ain't letting them, y'all letting them all know, all y'all can get it. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Meet me right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com for the Vicky Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I told you I got to run real quick because I'm prepping for my mastermind tonight. Thank you so very much. I got some medical stuff I got to do in between before I get ready to transition so I can have my stamina up for that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's my privilege and my honor. If you just came in the last minute, make sure that you watch the whole thing. Make sure that at the bottom of your screen that you hit there should be a share button, and you copy the link and you copy out the link on other and copy the link to your other platforms. Peace to you. Love you to pieces. Assalamu alaikum.